tired all day long and living on caffeine drinks? Have you ever asked yourself that question? Well, if that sounds like you, my friend, then you are in the right place. I'm Dr. Kristocik, and I want to share with you how you can have more energy than China has rice. How would you like that? Well, if you stick with me, I'm going to share with you how you can do it without that caffeine jag, without that extra sugar rush that you get when you just start relying on the sugar all day long. So if you're tired all the time, caffeine is not the cure, my friend. You don't have a caffeine deficiency. Nope, you sure don't. Relying on caffeine and sugar is like driving a car with a broken gas gauge and guessing how far you're going to be able to go without crashing. But listen to me. We're overfed, we're undernourished, we're overstimulated. And what's really happening is we're eating all these refined carbohydrates, white bread and white pasta and white sugar, and all these refined carbohydrates. That's the real problem. It's not carbohydrates themselves. And so that's why you have to rely on that caffeine and those candies and all those things, because what they're doing is they're raising your blood sugar levels and they're raising your insulin. And over time, you get what we call insulin resistance. See, insulin becomes ineffective. See, sugar gets into the blood and it's supposed to stimulate the insulin. That's natural. But what happens is the sugar doesn't get inside the blood because insulin's knocking at the door, but the cells are not listening. It's like a key put into a lock, but the lock is rusty and it doesn't turn that lock and open up to let the sugar get inside the cells. So what you need to do is you need to stop hijacking your bloodstream and your blood system with extra levels of caffeine and sugar, because that is going to cause that insulin resistance. Now, I'm not saying you never have to have a cup of coffee. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying relying on caffeine and coffee drinks all day long is going to cause adrenal gland burnout. You see, your adrenal glands, they sit on top of your kidneys and they release hormones like epinephrine and norepinephrine and cortisol. And you need that for emergencies. You see, your body relies on those hormones. They wake you up in the morning. They regulate your blood sugar. They help to keep your blood sugar normal. These hormones are essential. And then when you face stress, mental, emotional, physical stress, your body needs those hormones. But caffeine stimulates them overproducing of those hormones. And so your body gets these signals from your adrenal glands and it releases these stress hormones when you're drinking the coffee, because it's a central nervous system stimulant. And it happens even when you don't have a stressful situation. It confuses the hell out of your body. When there's no threat, you're causing a threat to your body. It's a fake emergency. And your body goes into what's called flight or fight. You know, it's like hitting the panic button. You know, when you're sitting at the desk in your office, it's hitting the panic button. And see, at first, when you're drinking that coffee, your body reacts strongly. It reacts and releases those hormones. But if you keep hitting that panic button all day long, multiple times a day, every single day over time, your body's going to start to say, there's not really an emergency going on here. And it's going to stop overreacting. And that's when you really get those fatigue just sets in, and it's all day long. And so you have to constantly rely on those stimulants. And that's when you get burned out. Your body gets literally burnt out and you stressed out your adrenals. And so you stop getting that jolt of energy. Now, when you do face stress, when you're under work pressure, you have illness or you have emotional trauma or physical trauma, your adrenal glands are depleted and they don't run effectively. See, they're not going to release those hormones when you need them. It's like a fire alarm that never turns off. You know, caffeine pulls your adrenal gland hormone alarm over and over again. It just shoots it off over and over again. But eventually the adrenal glands, they don't respond. They get tapped out. So here's what you need to do. You see, you don't need to rely on those caffeine stimulants because they're just going to keep on releasing those hormones, those stress hormones all day long. And it's going to cause you to have brain fog. It's going to cause adrenal exhaustion. You're going to have poor sleep patterns. You're going to have anxiety. You're going to have stress that gets, unmanaged. You're going to have food cravings, sugar cravings. Your energy levels are going to collapse throughout the day, and you're going to be looking for more sugar, more caffeine. My friends, you got to stop this vicious cycle. The solution to steady energy, the energy that lasts all day long, it is whole foods, carbohydrates that are from heaven, not refined carbohydrates, not white bread and white sugar and white flour. Those things are going to cause your sugar levels to plummet. You need whole foods. That's the answer to energy all day long. And people try to avoid these carbohydrates. You're not going to gain weight if you're eating whole food carbohydrates and you're staying away from the refined carbohydrates. You're going to have energy that's going to be steady all day long because they contain fiber and nutrients and phytonutrients and minerals and vitamins. When was the last time you ate all the following gut restoring foods in one day? Several different fermented foods, 26 fruits and veggies, the superfoods spirulina, chlorella, along with several herbs, plus probiotics and digestive enzymes. Well, the good news is they're all included in one easy-to-take, delicious powder drink. Simply mix it in water or juice. The truth is, 90% of people don't get this many beneficial gut bacteria in 1 month. Well, that's why I created Microbiome Food, a powdered formula mixed in water to relieve your digestive problems, boost your energy, your immune system, and your brain function. It's organic and it has clinically proven results. Our pre-launch sale ends January 14th. The sale includes $730 of my personally created powerful wellness bonus gifts. Click the link below to see the details and order the product now. And the sugars that are in those foods, those high fiber foods, they're slowly released. And they support insulin so that the sugar gets into the cells. And you have fuel, and you have the correct hormone response when you need it. And your gut microbiome, the healthy bacteria, they get the food that they need to help you keep your mood steady. See, these carbs from heaven are what the good Lord intended us to have. Sweet potatoes and lentils and beans and apples and fruits and vegetables. These are complex carbohydrate. And when you eat those white refined carbohydrates and white sugar, it's like pouring gasoline onto a campfire. When you pour gasoline onto a campfire, you're going to get a quick release of that flames, but then it's going to slowly burn out. You're going to get that smoke. You're not going to have that warm energy you need, that boost of energy you need all day long. But when you eat those complex carbohydrates, the carbs from heaven, you're going to get the energy sustained all day long. You're going to support your body's insulin. The insulin sensitivity is going to respond, and you're going to replace the junk food carbs with the whole grain carbs. And, that's the key. And, you could do intermittent fasting. And intermittent fasting is giving your body a time to repair and heal. So eat for, 8 hours and then fast for 16 hours, or try to do as best as you can. All these things are going to help your body to repair, to restore, and so you can have energy all day long. More energy than China has rice. How would that sound? So eliminate those stimulants. Get rid of those caffeine drinks all day long, the sugar drinks. Get your 8 hours of sleep every single night. Get out in some sunlight. Get vitamin D. Use herbs that help to relax you, like ashwagandha and rhodiola, and get, the minerals that you need by getting fresh fruits and vegetables and whole grains, and take some mineral water if you want to. And don't rely on caffeine as a crutch. You're going to have a nice release of hormones when you need them and during those emergencies, so you can reclaim your energy. You can repair your body's adrenal glands. The body repairs itself if you work with the body. So don't overstimulate the body, my friend. And by the way, if you like this video, share it with some friends who are relying on caffeine and sugar drinks all day long, and help them to understand that there is a better way. And join my Gut 911 prescription community. Right now, we have the next 100 people are going to be able to get into the community for absolutely free. You can get all the resources that that are free inside the community, and to be around other people just like you who are supporting each other, helping each other to stay healthy and live independently healthy. So join us. Until next time, I'm Dr. Kristocik. Here's to your health.